everyone. Today we are going to discuss what can be considered a very core topic, the core Dharma of observing the body as it is and transforming karma. It might sound a bit solemn, but it's actually addressing a question that is deeply relevant to all of us. How can we truly change those life patterns that have continually troubled us, and thereby achieve liberation from suffering? Let's look at the starting point of our exploration, which is quite unique. It begins with a question from an ancient sutra. The Buddha says the sutra on transforming the female body. The question is, how can a female body be transformed into a male body? Now, hearing this in a modern context, you might find it strange, or perhaps even uncomfortable. But hold on, a profoundly deep wisdom is hidden behind this. As the Master's discourse immediately points out, the true core of this question is not about gender at all. It is a metaphor, a very deep one. What it is really asking is a question that all of us encounter. How can we transform this life, which is full of vexations and bondage, into an awakened, free life, the root of suffering, clinging to the body? So, where is the root of these pains and vexations? The answer points to a place we seldom question, our deep-seated clinging to this body. The sutra explains that when we naturally take this body as me or mine, this thought is like pouring fuel onto the fire of our inner greed, anger, and delusion. Virtually all our vexations stem from this point. Therefore, two completely different paths emerge here. The path of continuing to tightly grasp this body, which results in constantly spinning in a cycle of suffering. The path of learning to observe it, which leads to true ease and liberation. The fundamental practice, observing the body as it is. How do we walk this path of liberation? The method is introduced here, the most central practice, called observing the body as it is. Please remember this term, as it is described as the foundation of all, absolutely all, spiritual practice, the prerequisite that cannot be skipped. What exactly do these four words, Ru Shi Guan Shen, mean? Simply put, it is the practice of seeing the truth of our body, not the way we imagine it to be. It's like how we love to use beauty filters when taking photos today. This practice is asking you to turn off all the filters and look at its most authentic, changing and not completely controllable nature. To emphasize the importance of this practice, the Master uses a brilliant analogy. He says it's like learning mathematics. If someone cannot even count to 1, 2, 3, and you ask them to learn calculus, is that possible? No. It's self-deception. Observing the body as it is the most basic and crucial 1, 2, 3 in our spiritual cultivation. The message here is crystal clear. This is not an elective course. It is the mandatory foundation for all other practices. Without this credit, you cannot take the subsequent courses, because the key is right here. The two-step practice, internal and external observation. Now that we have the theory, how do we actually do it? This practice can be divided into 2 steps. Let's start with the first, observing our inner mind. Step 1, the inner observer. The first step of the practice is simple. When a greedy thought, a craving, or a resentful feeling dislike suddenly pops up in our mind, we must not rush to suppress it, but also not run along with it. We simply watch it, like a detached bystander. The key here is not to eliminate your emotion, but to switch roles, transform from someone who is being tossed around by the waves of emotion into a curious investigator. Ask yourself, where did this thought come from? What does it look like? And how did it disappear? A very contemporary analogy is used here. Our mind is like a clean computer screen, and various thoughts are like pop-up advertisements on a web page. We have the choice. We do not need to click on every ad, right? We can just watch it pop up and then let it disappear on its own. Step 2, the physical observer. After practicing observing the inner mind, we turn the same lens of observation towards the physical body itself. In the second step, we use the same unbiased gaze to observe our body. The scripture suggests we look from several very realistic, and perhaps slightly uncomfortable, angles to shatter the beautiful illusions we usually hold about the body. The core idea is, when we look honestly, we find that this body actually brings us many burdens. It produces impurities, it gets sick, and it ties us to the cycle of daily work, eating and sleeping, We are like its servants, constantly serving it, feeding it, dressing it, protecting it from cold and heat. Truly, it is not the source of eternal happiness we imagine it to be. The transformation, the power of wisdom. So what happens when you truly master this observation of both mind and body? This is where the transformation genuinely begins. When you observe continuously in this manner, your mind will naturally give rise to a state called renunciation, weariness of the world. We must especially emphasize here. This weariness is absolutely not about hating the world or hating yourself. Please do not misunderstand. It is more like the wisdom that arises from seeing the truth and all. So that's how it is feeling. You finally understand that the body and thoughts are just temporary phenomena. And from this, you gain a profound sense of freedom. You are no longer so easily controlled by them. The discourse contrasts two states of life, which is very interesting. Pure emotion, being completely pulled along by your feelings and desires. This power is described as heavy, like water, constantly sinking you down. Pure thought, consciousness, living by clear observation rooted in wisdom. This power is light, like air, carrying you upward toward true freedom. And this is the true meaning of transforming karma. It is not some mystical ritual. True transformation happens through the observation of wisdom in every single thought. You begin to stop planting the causes that bring suffering and start sowing the seeds that bring freedom and peace. Final takeaway and ultimate question. What is the most core message we should remember from today's profound teaching? The most important takeaway is that this Dharma gate is not about hating life or escaping reality. Quite the opposite. It is an invitation to understand our own body and mind in a deeper, more honest way, because only then can we truly use wisdom and freedom to live out a greater possibility for life. Finally, please remember this very crucial distinction. When you learn to observe your vexations, you will slowly discover that you are not the vexation itself. You are the existence that can observe the vexation. Your true freedom is hidden within this awareness. We leave you with the ultimate question that this practice will eventually lead to. For you to ponder, after observing all of this, who is the one that is able to observe it all?